down here.
Hello.
Hello, Judith.
Hi. 1 second. I just turn on my camera. It just takes a bit. 1 second. Here we are. It's just so dark. Hello.
Are you in Canada? Are you in Canada right now?
At the moment, I'm in Germany.
You are. So it's 7 hours difference, I think, right?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Well, hi. It's nice to meet you. How was Synergita?
Absolutely. It was incredible, beautiful. It was so powerful, the experience there, and how much joy got activated. It was really, really good. I'm so sorry that you need to, that you're seeing just the shadows of me. But yeah, it was really beautiful. I can see you perfectly. It's just the light here. It's so bright here in the room. And so, yeah.
I can see your silhouette. That's mystical.
Pardon?
I see your shadow, so that's mystical.
Yeah.
And besides, I'm going to be sharing my screen. So typically,
1 second. Something with the volume is right now. That's strange. Let me see. That's really strange.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. I can hear you hardly, actually.
Can you hear me? Testing. I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine.
Let's just try it. It's strange. Maybe it's something here then.
Is this okay?
Let's just try.
What about
right
your headphones? Maybe, do you need to wear those? Maybe that's part of it.
I'm wearing them.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's part of it. That's like, I'm not using headset and I'm hearing you fine.
Yeah. Oh no, I just tried it without right now. Maybe it's the frequencies or something.
Well, let's get moving here, because I have we have 1 hour together, and what I want to do is just share the screen. I mean, we just say hi, and typically I want you to know that when I do the personal intention mala or the personal intention bracelet, it's a 3-part. I want to talk about 3 different sections in our conversation today. Mm-hmm. And the first one is to review your natal chart. This is the first part where I kind of get a sense of who you are, how you're using the energy that you breathed in. We talk about that. Then the second part, I want to listen. I want to take notes on, what's your intention mala for? What are your goals? What are your desires? What's on your plate right now that you need to be pulling in more? And then the third part of this is we go into an intention and an affirmation. Mm-hmm. And this is what I and you mantra in at the time I'm making your beads. Mm-hmm. And I'll be making 108 beads because you've got mala. So it's about a 4 to 5 hour process. When I find the time that best suits what I'm about to hear in this hour. Mm-hmm. So I don't know when I'm going to make it yet. That's part of we hang up, and then I look at that later this afternoon. When is the energy coming up to hit your personal natal chart that is expanding those specific energies, right? The keywords. And so that's kind of the process. Then I write this long email. I give you another chart with all the markings on it, and give you descriptions of why I've chosen this particular time. So you have the option to tweak, and I direct you the entire time through this. You never drop the ball. I'm the leader here of directing. But you have the opportunity to tweak any wording before I actually make the beads. And whatever that time is, wherever you are, we'll do a time change. And we're virtually, we're not really on a call, where I'm making your beads, repeating that affirmation and visualizing the intention at the same time you are. So that's when universe is blessing your energy. So energy to energy is really what I'm doing here. So let's get into, and I usually don't do this as a Zoom call because this is not basically a reading. It's just 20 minutes of me reviewing your chart so that I can see a little bit about yourself and what we're working with. So let's go there.
Thank you. Yes.
So here we are. So hopefully you see the chart.
Yes, great. Would you mind if I record it, or would you prefer
I'm recording, but go ahead and record.
Oh, awesome. Okay. And also, thank you. Like, I'm so excited, like a little child here. Like, it's so much fun for me. That was also why I was like sending so many messages. Like, I have no idea. It's like so beautiful. So thank you.
You're welcome, Judith. And it's Judith?
Judith or Judy, however you like.
Okay. And what is your last name? Is it Godhart or Ramir?
Oh, my birth name is Reimers. So the name that's on the chart.
Okay. Is that what you want me to use? Because I'll be putting your name on the card.
I wondered, is there a difference in the names? Like, because Godhart is the name that, I mean, just take Godhart otherwise, because that's the name that came to me when I was around 15, and I just knew like that's my thing. Okay.
No, let's use the inspired name, right? That you versus a family name. Right?
Yeah.
I'm good with that. All right. So August 31st, 1989 on Thursday at 12:36 p.m. in Fields, Germany. So I went on to the Germany map to see exactly where this was. So, and actually the fact that you mentioned that the umbilical cord was wrapped around your neck, that whole story that you emailed me, I can see it right here in the chart.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen your chart before?
Oh, wow. Yes, I also did a reading, but yeah, like just really briefly.
Okay. When you told me that story, I was anticipating seeing that in the chart, and sure enough, it's right here. You have a Scorpio rising with the ruler of Scorpio in its own house right on your ascendant. This is pretty powerful. There was around your birth, there was a life and death scenario. That's what this would say. The minute you were into the world, there was a life and death scenario. So this shows it right here. Shows it right here in Pluto on your ascendant. However, this imprints you as a very powerful player in the world. You're extremely powerful. Now, it's up to you how you're going to use this power. Do you use it high or do you use it low? Right? Because this could be, Pluto in Scorpio is, it's the transformation. It's the evolution. It's the death of something and turning it into something new, a rebirth. So you can constantly do that. I'm not surprised that you changed your name, right? It's like that was no longer serving you. You changed your name. There's going to be many transformations in your life throughout your life. True?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Because you're good at it. I mean, not only are you good at it, you welcome it. Even though they're hard.
Yeah.
But but it's the permanent change of transformation. You never go back to that first thing that you changed from, right? Like it's just completely gone. So that made sense that you had this kind of a traumatic entry into the world. Let's go up here to the sun. So, you know that you have your sun is in Virgo and your moon is in Virgo. And you were born just minutes after a new moon. Do you know that?
No.
Oh.
Wow. Wow. I had no idea about anything that you're telling me right now. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, and this is just the first 5 minutes. So, the sun, you see it here at 8 degrees. You see my little pointer, right? My little cursor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the sun with the dot in it at 8 degrees of Virgo here in the 10th house. So the 10th house is about the highest placement in the public view, the career, your reputation. It's as if you stand on a pedestal, because it's not under here, underneath not under here. It's your sun, your moon, and your Mars are up here in the 10th house. So career for you is very important. Yes?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It's important that you not only shine your light, the sun, your primary essence of shining your light, shining your warmth to the world. But it's also important that your moon is right here at 10 degrees. And moon says emotions, feelings, how you connect on a gut level to other people. So that's important to you as well. So this would bring more women into your sphere because it's about emotional connection. And moon is women. Now, sun is masculine. But to have the moon here just means that you can help women. And I don't know what you do yet. I like to go into my first readings kind of blind because I just want to see, here's your energy. What are you doing properly? That's kind of my fun, my intrigue. So the fact that the moon had just crossed the sun in the sign of Virgo really says you need to be programmed, processed. You're in a daily routine to have kind of programs for others that you lead, but they always have to be in service to others. Virgo qualities are, I lead an orchestra, like I'm the maestro of an orchestra of many different little pots of projects that are going on that all come together and sound and act beautifully. So this is your best lead. Like this is a leader role. This is a project manager role. This is being in charge of many different pieces that all have to fit together as a puzzle. Does that make sense? So we see Mars, the planet Mars is moving in this trio, right? We go Sun, Moon, Mars. So Mars being connected to these can give you one of two things. It'll give you assertiveness, a drive, action, a fearless movement, because Mars is the sign of an athlete. It's the sign of an entrepreneur. It's the sign of a soldier. So whether you're doing your own soldier work or you're being the soldier of someone else. But in this placement, I would think that unless you're running your own business, you may be too critical for others to tell you what to do.
Totally right. Totally exposed me.
That's your blessing. This is a blessing. So that you can't work for someone else. You have the lead, you have the know-how, you have the processing, you have the figuring out. You can put the gears together to figure out the finished masterpiece. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other way Mars could work is that this lead that you don't care about what others think, where you're just going to frickin' do it. Shut the hell up, everybody. Get out of my effing way. I'm doing this. So to balance that, will take some expertise, right? Because there's a sense of shut the hell up. I'm doing what I'm doing, and I know what I'm doing. And it's true. You do know what you're doing. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's this energy, but it gives you the energy. It gives you the will. It gives you the determination. Like, an obstacle ain't nothing, honey. Right? If you have to go back to plan B, C, D, E, you don't like to go back to plan Bs, but you have so much mutability, versatility that you're saying, okay, let's just start the program. And then, we got to go this way. Oh, we got to come back this way. Yeah. So you have the drive as long as you're in the driver's seat. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, people tell you what to do. And that's when you you're going to go a different direction. Okay. So that's a very big player because the rising sign is Scorpio. Here's your rising sign. It's what's coming up over the horizon in Germany when you took your first breath. The sun was up here, right around noonish. And this was what was coming up. Now, not only do you have Scorpio rising at 12 degrees, see that at 12?
Yeah.
Pluto, you had a planet coming up at that same moment. Not everybody does. But Pluto is also at 12 degrees. See that? So the ruler, the modern ruler of Scorpio is Pluto. So Pluto's happy in its own sign of Scorpio. So that's why I see when you were telling me the story about the umbilical cord and let's get the baby out of here. And, this had a life or death situation at birth time. Mm-hmm. And what gets imprinted, on your DNA, on your soul purpose is you're a powerful player. You've survived. Mm-hmm. So breathe that in for a minute. I mean, you survived and you didn't even know what the hell you were doing at the time. And oftentimes you don't know what you're doing when you're going through change, right? You welcome it.
1 second. 1 second. Like somehow the connection was cut off the last 10 seconds. Could you repeat that by any chance?
Yeah. Just that this Pluto position here just says that, as a newborn baby, you had difficulty coming into the world. This imprinted on you in your energy field that you have a power force within you. Mm-hmm. And this is why you can go through transformation throughout your life. It may not always be easy, but you love it on the other side and you go through it often enough to know it'll be better on the other side. Let me just walk the fire. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So the other ruler, Scorpio has two rulers. The modern ruler, which is Scorpio, which is Pluto right here. And the ancient ruler, which is the traditional ruler, is Mars. Let's go see Mars. Where is Mars? Oh, up here. So your drive is incredibly powerful. You have to use that as your reputation and in your career. So do you help people transform their lives?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're built to do. Now, there's more for me to tell you here. This is very powerful placement you've got here, that this south node at the very top of this chart and the north node at the very bottom. See these darker lines?
Yeah.
Anytime there's 4 angles to a chart. There's an angle there, one here, which is the rising sign. That's what we talked about. And then this one here. On the south node up here in Leo. You were a very powerful player in your past life.
Thank you. Like, that's so good to hear, actually.
Yeah, I usually don't talk about the south or north node in this quick little reading because it's not like a full reading. And even I don't talk about the north and south nodes, but yours is so powerful. Now, remember, this is what's key. This is what you're here to do in this lifetime. What you've known as a remembrance of the past, right? Like what we remember of the past. You were probably, can I just do a what if? What if? What? Because we don't really know, right? We just have these things, and we can use astrology. We can use past life regressions. I've seen 13 of my past lives, but this last life that you're to kind of live through in this life, to do the opposite of what you've done in a past life. Down here to do. However, what if you were a king? What if you were a leader of a country and you were boastful and you were kind of prominent enough to be arrogant, and you thought you were all that, jewels and gems and people underneath you and just delivering orders, right? What if? Because you have a sense of being very, very powerful in a past life. However, here's your north node down here at the bottom. North node is to say, take that power and do the opposite and share it with others. Not to be, oh, look at me and look at my new jewels and put the crown on my head and adore me and while I boss you around. This is a powerful placement you have that says, for the masses, I help other people through my power and my leadership roles. So it's kind of to repress what you used to have in a past life.
Yeah.
Repress might not be the right word. To transform that into right into being more humble. North node on this lower line, more humble and genuine. Does that make any sense to you and what is coming in?
It's really interesting because I'm also doing a training to be a DNA alien activator or something around like this, along these lines. And what was coming up in the past lives was not at all powerful. So it was pretty much
It was
it was not powerful. I worked through a lot of priestess stuff, a lot of, like being really on the bottom of everything. So that's really interesting that you're saying that. I mean, there's definitely a part in myself that's absolutely like, yes, I totally feel that. So it's really good to actually hear this. But yeah, it's just like, it's really just interesting.
I mean, it's in Leo. Leo is the sign of royalty, right? It's of riches. It's of boldness. It's risk-taking. It's leadership.
Yeah.
And so this Leo sense right up here, man, it's right on the line. Which means the North Node is directly opposite always for everyone. Because whatever we come in with of a past life is the negative version of whatever it was of a past life, always, for everybody. Even for me, for my daughter, for my kid, like the worst ever, to go to the direct opposite and be the best ever. So that's our, destiny, which that it was the dragon, the tail of the dragon and the head of the dragon, and it was sliced by Uranus so that there was no immortality. So we were all mortals. So when we came in, we're like, we don't know where we're going. Damn, I don't. So we start using intuition. We start using this, and to be pulled, there's something pulling us to go in the opposite direction. So I just say that it was just really important. Like I said, I usually don't talk about this in a really short, because it's a heavy conversation to have, right off the bang.
I understand.
But I wanted you to know that because you own this power. You're quite a powerful being. Yeah. And you're really to use it for other people. But you're the leader of.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And I mean, it's what I'm doing. It's absolutely what I want to have also like the mala for. So it's perfect.
There's more I could tell you here. You have a bowl chart, like a bowl, like, see this Jupiter here, all the way to Neptune. I mean, do you get messages? Do you hear spirit messages?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. It's this Jupiter opposing not only your Neptune, your Saturn, and your Uranus. This gives you more messages, but when you were younger, that you would have had a fight with that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So because Saturn's here, and you're not quite done with your first Saturn return. You're in the midst of it. You're not done until December of this year.
December? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, you've got Jupiter coming up over the horizon. In transits. You've got Jupiter in the first house. You've really had a lovely year. As long as you were, Saturn can be restrictive and delay, but Saturn's teaching lessons, right? Because you're just, you're in that first Saturn return. At the same time, Jupiter came over and crossed that and gave you even more power. So you get this every 12 years, and then you get Saturn every 29 and a half years. So you're in this like expansion, restriction. And so the best way to use that is to have a goal and make that go as far, that arrow, that dart or the arrow make it go as far. Like if you have a goal, and you have a bullseye to look at, this is the best way. Otherwise, if you don't know where you're going, it's, I'm going to go here. No, you're not. I'm going to go over here. No, you're not. It's this expand and contract. And that's what's been going on this year for you. However, a goal, bam, You get it right in the center.
I have that, and I did. Yeah, totally.
So, you know, tell me about what you want this mala. What's the vision here? What's the goal?
It's basically everything that you just pointed out.
Okay.
It's so what I'm feeling. I mean, I know, no doubt, that I'm really powerful, but I also know that I had a lot of like my childhood and everything was highly like death experience. So like I feel, and also right now with the Saturn return, that there's so much that's changing right now, and I feel how this immense power is like building up. Like I feel like a volcano, and also like they are like I just really want this to channel my power and be confident in it. So what I want the mala to be like, I also like this year I got engaged. Like there were so many incredible things going on. I found like this other part, like this mentor was helping me with like getting back in alignment, or like hearing my spirit again, and really like using this as a skill. So what you described just right now. So there are like huge things happening that are really essential for me. And I just really want to like the mala to represent and like help me embody more of the success. Like literally just money would be great. Like just like having consistent 15K months or something, like or like something that's just like helps me to ground my power in. So that's basically it, because I really need this right now. It feels
A lot of things are going, that expansion, you really need, I like that, to ground my power in, because if you don't have a grounding, this power could be destructive, right? You have that much power. Yeah. So to ground that, and you can even picture this, let me get back over here.
Mm-hmm.
You can picture this here. This is, if this is the horizon, this is the horizon. This is the career. This is your south node of where you came from. This is where you're going. This is underneath the horizon. That's at the bottom. It's at the bottom, right? Here's the horizon. Here's where you came from, but your sun and your moon are up here. So yes, you're supposed to shine. Yes, you're supposed to be a career transformer. We've got Pluto sitting over here saying, I'm going to bring powerful people to me because I am a powerful person as well. Now let's just say you're not even 30 yet. Oh, well, no, not even.
29.
You're 29. So imagine that power unharnessed, right? You're a young power player that really needs to kind of grasp the reins, like looking at this mala as a place that you're going to guide it where the power needs to go. If it's all over, it's more destructive.
Yeah.
So
yeah, totally.
Harness. We need to vision this power and stay here.
Yes, totally.
And you see that, like, look, this is where you're going. North node is the future, is your, and it's directly underneath. So there is a grounding.
Yes. That's good. Mm-hmm.
I love that. So again, remember, we're like the channeling your power, channel.
Yes. The thing is also like what I'm getting from my guides. I mean, when I was younger, I saw a lot of things and so forth. And then I had this whole freak out thing. And like there were a lot of things, and I won't get really into all of that. But what I keep getting from the energies I'm working with is always like grounding everything in. Like the first thing I really need to do is get my business to a consistent basis. And what I'm doing, I am a life coach, or like something like a life coach. And what I keep getting is just this urge, and I feel this in like every cell of my body. I need to make my business really successful, and so that it carries me, and also best case supports my mother. but it's so essential also for my work with the guides, also for like my whole well-being. And it's like really, it's like I feel the electricity in it, and it's not even about the money. It's more about the sense of empowerment in the physical plane.
I think that your power is best used, right, to share, right?
Sure.
I mean, that's what this chart says, is to ground it so that others soak it up. Others, you know, you're going to draw people to you. This Pluto on this ascendant, you know, it may be too that you don't trust everybody right away, because you can also, you know, you can understand the darkness of Pluto and Scorpio. Like you can see, like because this is ruled by the underworld.
Yeah.
So you can go down and see the truth of the matter, and when you're not completely trusting of walking into a group of people or walking into Synergita, or that you have to kind of like step back to see who's authentic, who has secondary, you know,
Motives.
Motives. So because you can sense that in a second.
Yes.
Because you know them, because you know those ulterior motives. So for you to step back, check your surroundings out, be grounded, and pull in the energy that you need. You know, get your channeling, and then you are attaching to the people that really need you, that are authentic, because you're going to attract all kinds of people. You already do. But you have to attract the authentic ones that create more authenticity with you. So it's also about attracting the perfect client, the perfect group of people that are ready for transformation. I mean, you know, not everybody, people say, yeah, I want to change. Yeah. And then they go through transformation. They're like, shit, I want out. I'm done. But you can bring them in with a sense of safety. You know, let's hold hands. Let's do this together. We can go through here. I'm with you here. I've been here before. I've walked this path. I am your guide.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, you know, like I like that. I am your guide.
A lot of people also have visions of me, or like dreams or something. Also people who I'm working with, or like have not even worked with, and they tell me about it. So it's at some point, I mean, it's kind of true. Some degree.
You're talking to me, right? You're talking to me, like you say whatever you want to me. It's you're you know, you're incredible, but you're really for other people. You know, you've got your Mercury's here in Libra, your Venus is in Libra, all in the 11th house. You really are for, you know, wanting to be in harmony with other people.
I totally want that. Yet the thing is also that, like, really, like my childhood and everything, like my main thing was first like, okay, let's take care of myself. And so that's, I mean, I'm all about other people and so forth, but it's also like, okay, wait a minute, like, but where am I? So, I mean, that's definitely both.
Well, you got a square here. This Mercury is square, both Uranus and, well, all of these. It's square all three: Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune. So there's this like 90-degree angle of like, this is what I think, but oh, this is what other people think. So it's this frustration of like, oh my God, you know, you're at an intersection, you both get there at the same time, and it's like, who goes first? Like, gee. So, we learn that over time. So your thinking can be different than, especially when you were younger. The way other people thought and they told you to think was not the way you wanted to think. It's not what you gathered. It's not what you perceived. So, I like the fact that you want to channel the power, ground it so that it's tangible for others.
Yeah. But
right?
it doesn't have to be always for others. I see it from the chart, and I mean, if that's the best thing to also have benefits, then I'm all for it. But like, I'm so sick of like always thinking on others, because it's basically like what I've done my whole life.
Right. Okay.
And I'm still partly in this caretaker role for like my mom, where I'm like partner and everything. So I was always the caretaker, and I always was for other people. And I love people, but also I love myself, and I wanted this to be like something for like really like me. It's like I ground myself.
Well, just to be grounded and have it be like a tangible
Money.
money. It's food, it's shelter, it's clothes, it's things that make you feel beautiful. Remember, you have Venus in its own sign of Libra. So, aesthetics are very important to you. I mean, you're a beautiful woman. To have beautiful things, have a relationship that has your back, that has a wealth, has worthiness, has a plethora of wealth. So, and you're now in this relationship as you've, just recently got engaged. Venus is about to make its 2-year retrograde cycle coming up here in early October. And for you, Venus is I checked it earlier, Venus is going to be going through your 12th house of finding what's important to you. Where is your charm? What is, you may even change something about the way you look. It's, you're in a relationship now. So there is that give and take, because it's, a relationship is different than a career, where you get to turn it on and turn it off, from 9 to 5. So you're going through over the next 2 months where we all are, where Venus is the Venusian planet that talks about how our receivership, right? Venus is the receiver, and how we turn into ourselves and find, what do we even like anymore? What do we love? That's going on for everybody come here October 6th. So that is a time where we go inside and see, what do we need? What do we want? What is our survival? How do we survive? And it's all individual time. I might use that Venus in retrograde time frame for you, because this constant transformation of this, and it's turmoil sometimes, and it's crises, right? That it's constant transformation. You're good at it, but where is the calm?
Yeah.
For you, Venus is going through this in the 12th house, which says internal, in self. It's through your meditation. It's through your creative process. It's through your peace, your quiet time, what you like to do in your quiet time. It's romantic. It's, do you make a bubble bath for yourself? Do you bring flowers to your damn self? What do you do for yourself? So I might use this Venus retrograde. I'm not using it for everyone that I'll be making some beads for over the next 2 months, because Venus stays retrograde for 40 days. 40 days. And it comes back out. She comes back as a morning star
Oh, oh, really? Oh my goodness, this makes so much sense. I got so many downloads about this recently. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
You have an evening star.
Mm-hmm.
Your Venus is an evening star. But when Venus crosses the sun and burns off anything, this is retrograde,
Yeah.
and Venus, because it's in the heart of the sun, it burns off any unused, unwanted yuck that it's
Mm.
collected in the last 2 years.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Yeah.
And then Venus keeps moving, and it moves in front of the sun. And by the end of November, Venus is now a morning star. It's coming up before the sun comes up, which gives it more of a masculine power. It's more of a female warrior, if that.
Yeah.
So I think I might use that timing for burning off things that you find, responsibilities because you love your mom. Responsibilities to anybody that you love or loves you back, so that you're clear. You're
Oh
clean.
yes. That feels so good. Like I had this download that something major will happen like in September and October and like the bit of November. And it's like like maybe first half or so of November. And this will be a major shift, like financially, like business wise, everything. And it's also like I'm freaking out because I like my fiance is seriously really twin flamey kind of thing, like no doubt. Yet, but I'm really freaking out because like my career is so important for me. That's the most important thing in my life, and nothing other than that is really important for me. And I'm freaking out. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and then really, really big for you, December, about right around Christmas, December 23rd, 24th is huge for you.
In regards of what?
Well, Venus will be crossing your ascendant after it's pure, after it's cleared, and then hits your Pluto. So this could be money. This could be attention from others, lots of attention from other people. So, but let's get back to this because I really only have 15 more minutes.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's so much more I can tell you, but,
I see.
So, I love the fact to channel power. When you say channel, do you mean you're getting these from your guides or do you feel like it's coming from within?
Well, it's a combination of both. But like for me, like the really essential thing is making it manifest. It's like the manifestation of actually it's concrete wealth. Like the thing that I feel, and I don't say it from like a me perspective, but what I feel is like the fundament of wealth of a certain kind of level that I need in order to ground myself as a sovereign being. And through that, channel more, through that, having the ability to hold more, and just this type. Thank you for your grandiose questions.
Right. So I even like that better, to ground, because you channel. You're not, channeling is easy for you, right? You get these you get these messages. You got Jupiter, like this is a lot of channeling right here.
Oh my goodness, I'm so curious. Yeah.
Jupiter's expanding, hitting all of these. Now, remember the Jupiter Saturn saying expand, contract, expand, contract. So that's just like peristalsis. Just like when you put something in your mouth and it slowly comes out because it goes big and then it contracts big. So,
I had bulimia. That also makes sense.
Yeah. When you were younger, this wasn't so easy.
No.
You're learning more about it because Saturn's coming here and hitting your Saturn again, your first Saturn return. So you know what you can do in the next 29 years. You know what you can't do, and you know what you can do. And so now it's time to be productive. Now you're in a productive world. You weren't till then. You weren't till now.
I know.
Seriously, you're right on time.
And yeah.
So maybe the intention is to ground my sovereignness, to ground it. I get goosebumps when I say that, to ground it in myself, ground my sovereignness back to me, because to be given these messages is like, woo, 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 it's then I've learned to ground mine, but I'm also 62 years old.
Yeah.
So, so for you to have this so young needs to be planted, because there's the growth.
Yeah, but for example, I mean, I'm grounding a lot of things since years I'm using tools and so forth. So like I'm actively on it, and I also like this grounding type of thing because it has this 3D thing, like it has 3D physicality. In the sense, I love the sovereignty that gives me emotions. What I would love to bring there in this like wealth creation aspect, because it shows me that I can take care of myself. I can just visualize that while saying something else, so which is totally perfect too. But it's just really important for me to have this as a support that I can take care of myself in a really powerful way.
Yeah. Okay. You just said it. So I like that, to ground my sovereignness and grow my wealth. Because wealth is a plethora of things. It's authenticity, it's money, it's character, it's love, it's abundance, it's prosperity. To grow, because if we can ground, we plant, then we grow.
Yeah.
So we're not asking for the growth to come in here and then start growing right away. We're asking for this channeling to come in, ground and grow, ground and grow, and grow my wealth,
Mm-hmm.
We can ask for money, we can ask for money. We're permitted. I mean, look at Ben, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I'm using this. Absolutely. But so, I mean, so wealth means in this sense, like everything in the sense of wealth, because I feel very wealthy in everything, basically, besides the financial thing, which I really want to make more.
Okay. So do you want to use a different word than wealth?
I mean, I like wealth because I associate with it, like what I want to associate with it. In a sense.
Well, let's leave that for a second, because remember, this is first draft.
Yeah.
We have another opportunity once I write all of this information that you can weave those words that I use into the final draft, the final piece of your intention, and then the affirmation is the mantra, the prayer that we say to get there, right?
Love it.
I liked what you just said. You said, I take care of myself in a very powerful way. This is part of your affirmation, right? That's very simple. I take care of myself in a very powerful way, period. Let's use another sentence or another statement that says,
taking care is for me and negatively like associated. But as you just said, like there's a possibility to just tweak some things, and I can just send you something then. So that's perfect.
I take care of myself in a very powerful way. Something about, I am important. I am you know, I keep getting the word queen. I keep getting this royalty. I want to kind of bring in this fact that, you know, you're worthy.
I'm royalty.
Yeah, like you're deserving. I
think actually I also resonate with I'm royalty. I mean, I have this also like in my ancestral lineage. I mean, it is also like a fact.
And I'm telling you, you were. I'm telling you, you were.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still somehow. So yeah.
But how do we want to use the royalty name? Like we can say I am royalty, or we can say something like my royalty permeates my world. You know, because remember, royalty also has a connection of power, of adoration, of and you know this is part of your DNA. You have this embedded, but we're using it more for humbleness. But you can have it. You can have a balance of it, I guess is what I'm saying. I radiate royalty. I transform. No, I radiate because you own it. I own and radiate. Because we talk about, you know, to ground my sovereignness, my sovereignty, my sovereignness, I don't know which word you like, and grow my wealth. This whole thing is about kingdoms and queendoms.
That's so beautiful.
Now we can say I take care of myself in a very powerful way. My royalty includes increased finances. I mean, we can say what royalty is. What is it to you? You know, my royalty includes, and what would that, financial abundance?
Yeah, 15K a month.
What's that? What?
15K a month, to be really precise.
How much? Oh, 15K a month?
Oh yeah, just consistently, that would be great.
But we don't want to, what if you're going to get 20?
Or more.
Yeah.
Or plus. I mean, I'm absolutely open for it, plus. It's also so funny. I suggested making the beads, and I wanted to talk about that with you. And really, really dark blue, because it's like this color of royalty for me. And that was the reason. So you're so on it.
Yeah. My royalty includes immense financial abundance. How about that?
I love it.
I'm serious. I have done major people that, like major leaders in the spiritual world, that have asked for immense wealth of financial abundance.
Yes, like this.
And she's getting it right now. She's incredible. So immense. Immense financial abundance.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
But
that's so delicious.
Name 2 other things that you consider royal. So immense financial abundance. Is there something about beauty, love, gentleness, romance, aesthetics?
Grace. In the grace and how to do power.
And grace and
and effortless, easeful.
So I take care of myself in a very powerful way. My royalty includes immense financial abundance. Let's say beautiful grace, or let's say like, let's put a name to grace. What would that be? Loyal, like loyal is a good word here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can also say loyalty with grace and ease. You know, we can use that grace and ease as the manner in which we do this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you're going to you're going to increase your immense finances with grace and ease.
Yeah.
You're going to have loyalty with grace and ease.
Yeah.
You know, what else do you want? That, you know, your inner and outer beauty with grace and ease. So,
yeah. I mean, beauty is not really important. Also, loyalty is like somehow everyone is loyal that I know, but the focused and like clearness.
okay.
Just the execution of power. Being seen is a big part for me. Like being seen is like just something I'm stepping into it right now because it's like, it's terrifying for me. Actually, like a better body weight would be great. I'm not sure if we can tweak it in there.
What? Oh, what was that?
Better weight. Like how do you say? Like less weight. That would be great. But I'm not sure if we can tweak that in.
Well,
that would be awesome.
You probably just gained weight this year.
Don't tell me about it. Yes.
Well, Jupiter crossed your ascendant is in your first house. Every time, every 12 years, Jupiter does that. It's time. Universe is saying, get big, get expansive, get big. And sometimes it means your body gets big. Damn it.
I know, but actually it feels like my body got big because I didn't have this outlet. Like,
exactly.
That was what I got to. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. So skinny would be great again because it's like really a tremendous difference. It's tremendous.
But that has to do with your, you know, with your sense of self, your, you know, we don't want to write skinny. We don't, because we also don't want to pull in an illness, right? And that creates a thin body. We want to just say beauty, like inner and outer beauty, because that's whatever you consider beauty.
Yes. Okay. That's awesome. Yes.
Because that's certainly royalty, right? Wearing beautiful, looking beautiful, right?
And my Venus, you just pointed that out too.
Well, that's why it's so important for you. And again, it's one of your blessings. We don't want to poo-poo this. It's one of your blessings. So here's what we got so far, and then I'm going to pop off.
Yeah.
Ground my sovereignness and grow my wealth. That's the goal. We say it out loud as if it's true, as if this statement is true. I take care of myself in a very powerful way. My royalty includes immense financial abundance, focus and clarity, inner and outer beauty. I do this with grace and ease. And I do all of this with grace and ease.
That's so beautiful. That's so delicious. I want to just bite in it and eat it because it's so awesome. Yeah.
With grace and ease. So, you know, you can listen to this and write that down, because this is what you should start moving on right away. This is already happening.
Awesome. Yeah.
Once you paid your money, this process starts happening.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
What I'll do, I need a few days. I need actually probably into next week to give you all of the information that I'll give you about when I'm going to do this, why, and then we can go into on email how we want to change any of this first draft. Does that make sense?
Awesome. Beautiful. Yes. On a last question, the colors, should I just write you something?
Yeah, I got the dark blue and with a little bit of gold. Write it to me and I'll respond.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for this incredible session. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Bye, bye, Judy.